At least 4 killed in building collapse in China's Wenzhou city. The collective cancer incident at the second hospital of Zhongshan unveils the true face of Chinese laboratories. No visitor flow at the Foshan exhibition. Hundreds of exhibitors march and shout refund. China's financial giant Zhongzhi teeters on brink of collapse. Shenzhen housing prices plunge in Stampede-like fashion. Analysis highlights drawbacks of autocratic system. It's all covered in today's China Truths. At least 4 killed in building collapse in China's Wenzhou city. Yet another to-food dread construction incident has led to heartbreaking fatalities among the Chinese population. On November 11th, in Quoto Town, Yongjia County, Wenzhou City, Zhejiang Province, a 4-story building with a total of 3 units collapsed. Surveillance footage recorded the event at 10:51 a.m. on the 11th, evident from a loud noise and a substantial cloud of dust emerging at the location, with a worker observed fleeing the scene. As per the official report from Yongjia County, 4 individuals who were trapped inside have tragically lost their lives. CCTV reported that an investigation into the cause is going on, while a staff member at a hotel in Quoto Town, Yongjia County, told mainland media that the incident resulted from mishandling during the demolition of the old building, leading to its collapse. Notably, prior to November 6, the deputy county mayor of Yongjia County conducted a night inspection, night patrol, night visit in Quoto Town to inspect the so-called safety risks and hazards. The accident in the eastern city follows several similar incidents recently, including the collapse of a gym in heavy snow in the northeast province of Heilongjiang last week, which killed at least 3. In July, at least 11 people were killed when the roof of a school gym caved in during intense rain, also in Heilongjiang province. The collective cancer incident at the second hospital of Zhongshan unveils the true face of Chinese laboratories. The recent incident involving multiple cases of cancer among doctors at the second affiliated hospital of Sun Yat-sen University, also known as Zhongshan Second Hospital, has caused an uproar. Simultaneously, safety concerns in Chinese labs have arisen, frightening numerous long-term student researchers who, upon delving into their research findings, have come to realize that many of the reagents they've utilized are actually toxic. As previously reported, on November 6, within the mentorship of Dr. Su Shicheng from the breast surgery department at Zhongshan Second Hospital, several cases of a rare form of cancer among students were revealed. Initially, the hospital refuted the claims, later acknowledging that 3 individuals who had been part of the lab work or studies in recent years had developed cancer. Meanwhile, 6 others are currently awaiting their final pathology reports, many in advanced stages. After gaining public attention, the hospital promptly dismantled the lab connected to these cancer cases, leading to accusations of evidence tampering. For medical students, research accomplishments, publications, graduation, and employment prospects are crucial. In recent years, engagement in research and spending time in labs have become customary. The incident at Zhongshan Second Hospital has instilled fear in many medical students. According to reports from the Economic Observer, most students interviewed expressed they hadn't received adequate safety training in labs. They said that, Zhongshan Second Hospital trended, and I realized that many of the reagents I've used are toxic. Another medical master's student spent over 2 hours alone in the lab, learning to stain slides from a senior. The strong odor of xylene caused a headache, making it impossible to eat. Xylene may harm the respiratory system, skin, and blood function. I gradually realized many risky practices on my own. The report noted that due to unpredictable lab hours and frequent overnight stays, eating and drinking at lab benches has become common. In some underfunded labs, safety goggles might be tattered, leading students to purchase their own gloves. Chen Kong, an instructor, discovered nodules in his thyroid. Though unsure of its connection to experiments, he suspects his chronic pharyngitis could be due to prolonged inhalation of certain gases. Chen emphasized that due to lab shortages, some young teachers conduct experiments in basements. The equipment and ventilation in these areas are substandard, posing extreme danger if toxic gases spread. Chinese netizens remarked that most labs, especially larger ones, exploit students more ruthlessly than capitalists. Others noted, all graduate students, PhDs alike, shoulder the most exhausting work, endure severe criticisms, supervise undergraduates and graduate students' projects, complete advisor-assigned projects in a few months, earning a few thousand yuan, while the remainder, tens of thousands, goes to the advisor. Advisors barely inquire about a PhD's progress, ignoring their research direction or difficulties. No visitor flow at the Foshan exhibition, hundreds of exhibitors march and shout refund. The economic slowdown in China has caused a widespread downturn across different industries. Following the subdued closure of the China International Import Expo 2023 on November 10 in a bleak, with the marked absence of over 80% of European and Taiwanese businesses, another recent exhibition in Foshan, Guangzhou, also experienced a significant dearth of visitors. The Foshan International Exhibition Center's website indicated that from November 9 to 11th, 3 simultaneous exhibitions were planned, encompassing the Guangdong, Foshan, Hardware and Electrical Exhibition, the South China HVAC, Ventilation, Refrigeration, and Cold Chain Industry Low Carbon Exhibition, and the Guangdong Hardware and Electrical Pump and Motor Expo. November 9 marked the commencement of these events. However, as per online accounts, the Hardware and Machinery Exhibition witnessed low foot traffic, prompting exhibitors to organize a demonstration, citing deceptive advertising by the organizers and requesting refunds. Before that, there was a significant online presence of promotional materials for this exhibition. The promotional content asserted, during the exhibition, we aim to attract tens of thousands of guests, professional visitors, and exhibitors, with an expected total of no less than 100,000 visitors. We're also inviting major universities, research units, relevant industry associations, news media, and investment and trade professionals to come and make purchases. In truth, the reality significantly diverges from the anticipated forecasts. Following the CCP's relaxation of epidemic control, zero COVID, measures this year, the economy, after a brief rebound, started to decline rapidly. As various industry exhibitions reopened, there has been a scarcity of foot traffic and a prevalence of deceptive tactics. Numerous online videos have come to light, revealing that organizers are hiring college students or idle individuals to pretend to be exhibition attendees. Even the Canton Fair, traditionally bustling in previous years, is now recruiting regular citizens to boost numbers, offering 100 yuan per person per day, approximately $13.90. Prior to April 19, at the venue for the Zhongshan Construction Expo, the Shaoxing International Convention and Exhibition Center, multiple videos surfaced, depicting a substantial number of exhibitors protesting along the deserted corridors of the exhibition halls, chanting slogans like fraud and refund. Subsequent videos showed physical altercations between protesting exhibitors and the event organizers. China's financial giant Zhongzhi teeters on brink of collapse. The fiscal crisis plaguing China's largest private asset management corporation, Zhongzhi Enterprise Group, ZG, has reverberated through multiple industries in China. Often dubbed China's Blackstone, ZG managed assets exceeding approximately $516.7 billion. But when it was learned in August that it was facing a liquidity crisis, panic in the market followed. Concerns arose that ZG's crisis could be as dire or worse as the Evergrande or Country Garden crises, posing a substantial financial threat to China. ZG's core investment management platform, Zhongrong International Trust, and its subsidiaries, namely Hengtian Wealth, Datang Wealth, Xinqiu Wealth, and Gaosheng Wealth, all experienced significant defaults. Fixed income products offered by these 4 wealth management companies under ZG defaulted consecutively, leading to the suspension of redemptions for all products since July. In July alone, bond extensions reached approximately $31.94 billion. Unpaid debts and new overdue bonds continued to pile up. In August, several products from Zhongrong Trust defaulted, with an estimated $48.3 billion in trust products experiencing suspended redemptions. To date, 15 publicly listed companies have disclosed investments in defaulted plans. Taiwanese macroeconomist Wu Qialong likened the ZG crisis to a Chinese version of the Lehman moment. Independent commentator Zhu Yangming warned, in an interview on October 30, that the Xingqiu's crisis is a harbinger of the impending collapse of China's financial sector. Since 2017, regulatory authorities, in line with Chinese leader Xi Jinping's housing is for living, not for speculation policy, have intensified their control over financing in the real estate industry, imposing direct limitations on bank loans. This led to a growing reliance on financing from companies under the umbrella of Xingqiu, including Zhongrong Trust. With a substantial capital reservoir, Xingqiu emerged as a major financial supporter of numerous real estate companies across China. At its core, Xingqiu's primary business can be distilled into two main components. One part revolves around financing and capital procurement, primarily facilitated through its subsidiary trusts, private equity, asset management, and 4 major wealth management companies. These acquired funds are then channeled into share purchases, equity investments, capital operations aimed at boosting stock prices, and eventual exit strategies through equity transfers, yielding substantial profits. This approach thrives in favorable capital market conditions. However, the release of new stock market regulations by Chinese regulatory authorities, a stagnant stock market, mounting downward pressure on China's economy, and the repercussions of pandemic-related lockdowns created obstacles for Xingqiu's exit strategies, while private equity funding faced restrictions, leading to liquidity challenges. Under the backdrop of a faltering real estate market, Xingqiu's financial products eventually defaulted. Xingqiu's default has also had a significant impact on the personal assets of many high-net-worth individuals. Liang, the wealth management manager at Xingqiu Wealth, stated that among the clients with personal investments exceeding $417,000, as many as 150,000 people were affected, with the largest individual investment reaching $694 million. Shenzhen housing prices plunge in Stampede-like fashion, analysis highlights drawbacks of autocratic system. Recent online articles by Chinese industry figures highlighted a significant, rapid drop in housing prices in Shenzhen, resembling a stampede-style decline, with some experiencing a 1/3 decrease, and in some cases, even halving in prices. This caused a stir but was quickly removed from the internet. These articles, particularly one titled "Shenzhen Housing Prices Are Starting to Trample," referenced recent statistical data, showcasing remarkable decreases in various regions of Shenzhen. For example, prices for Fantasia Flower County in Shenzhen's central Baoan area fell by 55%, dropping to 1.85 million yuan from a high of 4.2 to 4.3 million yuan. Similarly, in the Shaojing area of Baoan, Bolan Junrui prices declined by 38%, going from about 7.3 million yuan to 4.55 million yuan. Other regions like Futian and various communities in Luohu and Longhua districts witnessed significant price drops, some exceeding 50%, with the smallest drop being over 25%. Although the article attracted a lot of attention and comments from netizens, it was swiftly and entirely removed from mainland Chinese networks. American economist Davy J. Wong remarked, "Shenzhen is an externally focused region. Local policies in Shenzhen deemed a leadership change necessary, leading to an overlap in both aspects. The current situation is a result of the entire industry, particularly unfavorable conditions in the export and foreign capital markets, culminating in a hastened decline in the overall property market within a generally sluggish economy." Mr. Wong contends that Shenzhen does not presently exhibit the characteristics of a stampede-style collapse due to the current lack of transaction volume. The monthly volume of second-hand residential property transactions in Shenzhen is currently around 2,000 units, merely a quarter to a fifth of the previous numbers. Mainland media reported on November 11 that Shenzhen's real estate market, which has been stagnant for some time, received notices of zero subscription. The same situation occurred in Shanghai. In Hefei, Anhui Province, the first zero-subscription property appeared in March last year. Mr. Wong emphasized, the real estate sector, spanning home appliances, furnishings, property management, engineering machinery, maintenance, renovations, and long-term construction, is significantly affected. It's essentially an economic barometer reflecting the economy's poor performance, causing a slump in the real estate market. And the real estate market's underperformance is not a localized issue but a magnification of broader economic indicators. Mr. Tian Xia, a professor at the Moore School of Business, University of South Carolina, disclosed that the average house price in the United States ranges from $200,000 to $300,000, approximately 4 to 5 times the average household income. He said, labor costs in the United States are considerably higher, possibly several times that of China. China's real estate prices surpassing those of the United States signify an excessive bubble, suggesting that even a 50% decrease may not be the market's rock bottom. He also proposes that for China, a price drop of 80% to 90% might be necessary, aligning with the burdens faced by the international community. Mr. Wan, a businessman from Shenzhen, emphasized, the number of properties in China has already surpassed our population. Therefore, housing prices remain under pressure. In the next 3 to 5 years, houses will likely be the most affordable option. It's advisable not to purchase property unless you don't have a place to live. If you already have accommodation, it's best to refrain from buying property. Financial expert and current affairs analyst Shi Jin scrutinized that the policies implemented by the Chinese Communist Party, neglecting the welfare of the people solely to perpetuate their autocratic governance, have resulted in an overall economic downturn in China and the collapse of the real estate market. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.